everybody, welcome to the fourth devlog for my game The Forgotten Isles. In this video I'll be showing you what I've done in the past couple weeks. Before we kick things off, I'd like to point out that we're at 65 wishlists, and my objective would be to get to 100 before the end of the month. If you haven't wishlisted the game already, it's free to do so, and it helps Steam know there's an audience for the game. So let's start things off with the endless mode. I've made several adjustments, including difficulty increasing and balancing. There's now 3 island spawners, or places for the islands to spawn, as opposed to just one, so it allows you to traverse the area in more unusual manners. I also implemented object pooling, as I was having an issue with performance, so now there's a limit of 150 islands on screen at one time, and that's plenty for the player to jump on, and it doesn't seem like they're spawning in randomly. It just, helps performance a lot, increases the frames. I also added some throwable pickups that spawn on the islands. This would be the bomb and the pearl. So when you pick one of these up, it allows you to throw it down, in the case of a bomb, and launch yourself into the air without using a jump. So just little things like that to make it more fun. I've also messed around with the score a little bit to make it count better, and it now tracks how far you've moved forward versus how long you've been alive. And the islands explode and throw chunks everywhere after a certain period of time, so you can't just stay on one island. So I've also decorated all the levels with outer islands. I call them outer islands. They're big, giant islands matching the biome that float just outside the player's reach and make the level feel bigger and part of a world and add atmosphere to the game. Those are on all the worlds now, so most of the decoration is done. Next up, a couple bug fixes. There's an issue with restarting the level where if you accidentally press the restart button multiple times, it would restart the level infinitely. So now it's restricted to 1 reset per press, and you can only press it once. So if you press restart, it won't register any clicks until it's restarted. So there's a nice delay there where you won't accidentally spam reset. And when you died, the font wasn't the same, so that's fixed as well. Simple stuff, but it improves the game. Some beta testers reported an issue where some of the islands would have like spiky geometry, which would make the character jump unintentionally. So I flattened out all the geometry in all the levels, so it should all be consistent and not have any issues like that. So I redid the saving system. There was an issue where if you beat all the levels and then went back and played the first one, it would say all levels 2 through 9 are uncompleted because you played the first one, and we're going to say that you've only completed the first one. So now when you save a level, it checks not only that you've beaten the level prior to it, but like it won't overwrite anymore, so that's fixed and working well. Some people recommended I try adding enemies to the game to add some more interesting movement options, and I messed around with these guys. They float around the map and kind of chase the player, trying to knock him off, and they have these glowing orbs in the center which you can grapple onto, and when you grapple them they freeze and can't attack you. So I don't know if they really fit the game. I'll have to tinker around with them some more, kind of put them on the back burner for now, because I'm not sure if enemies are good for a speedrunning game. We'll have to figure out if that's something I want. If you have any ideas for enemies, please join the Discord and shoot me some ideas. I'll take a look and mess around. And I've also been trying to come up with some new power-up ideas. In the last devlog we had 5 made, and I came up with 2 more. Just simple things like jump height increase and player speed increase. They're not that exciting though, so if you have any ideas, also send those to me. Some people recommended that I added like moving islands to spice up the gameplay and make levels more interesting. And up to just now, I couldn't figure out how to do that with like using all the colliders I have. I have mesh colliders, which I know isn't as performant, but I feel like they're necessary for this. I couldn't figure out a way to get decent like animations and stuff working and looping. And then I was messing around with DoTween or whatever it's called. And I finally got it to loop in the way I wanted it, and so now I'll have some floating islands in some levels that I'll be able to mess around with. So I had noticed my game's build size slowly increasing. It went from like 500 MB to almost 2 gigs. And I took a look at my tree models, and it turns out they were like 20,000 vertices unnecessarily. So I reduced the size of trees and cut the build size in half. Now it's down to about 800 MB, which is decent. I'm hoping to get it smaller though. That's all for this devlog. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe and join the Discord for more consistent updates. We're at 65 wishlists, so if you could wishlist the game, that'd be awesome. We have around 30 subscribers right now, so if any of you haven't wishlisted the game and could wishlist it, that'd be amazing. We're trying to get to 100 wishlists before the end of the month. Thanks for watching, guys. I have a devlog planned to come out every 2 weeks, so if you want to tune in for that and be alerted when it's out, be sure to subscribe.